lovely people. So this video, I'm going to answer the questions that y'all have either commented or sent me in a message. And then I'm going to do like the end of the semester wrap up like all in one, so it ain't got to be 2 different videos. So as far as level 3, it wasn't as stressful as level 2, but it definitely was stressful because the summer session was 10 weeks, and the spring and the fall sessions were 16 weeks. So we had basically 6 classes in a 10-week period. So yeah, that's a lot. And then trying to prep for the pinning ceremony, and then just knowing that like any slip up and you don't graduate, like that sucks. So but yeah, so overall it wasn't bad though. Like it wasn't horrible, but it was touch and go there for a minute, especially with PD. Like PD killed me, Jesus. Like, oh my God, I was so stressed out with that class. I wasn't stressed out by nothing else, just PD. But anyways, so yeah, on to the question. I was asked how many graduated in my class and how many did we start with. So we started with a total of 50 students, and I believe it was 27 that graduated for the LVN program. So over 50%, but you know, not everybody graduated. Some of them are currently right now in level 2, and then some of them are out of the program completely. So yeah, I don't know who all is out of the program, but I do know, I think I know of at least 3 that's out of the program completely, and then I know of quite a few that are still in level 2, so that's pretty great. Am I going back for my RN, and when? Yes, I am going back for my RN. I actually think I said that in another video. But yeah, I'm going back for my RN. And as far as when, I am going to take a year off of school. At first I was going to try to go straight back, but I do want to start trying to pay off some of my debt that I accumulated because of school. So I'm going to take a year off, and then probably the next spring semester is when I'm going to try to get into the RN program. Plus I'm getting married next year, so woo! I don't want that shit on y'all. So I don't want to be like stressed out trying to go to school and do wedding stuff, and then of course with wedding stuff it's gonna be some days that I'm gonna need to not go to school because I'm gonna need to be trying to do stuff for the wedding and vice versa. So it's like, just to eliminate all that, I'll just wait until after it's done. How far do you plan on going with your education? So as far as right now, I do plan on at least getting my bachelor's. I am not sure if I'm going to get my master's yet. I really don't know, because like, okay, so here's the deal with nursing. Yes, I'm really into nursing. I'm into the human body, taking care of people, the medical field, all that jazz. I really do like it. But as far as like a dream career for me, it's not nursing. Nursing is one of those things that it pays well, and there are so many avenues and so many different things that you can do with nursing. And that's one of the reasons why I wanted to get into it. So I want to basically make sure that whatever venture I decide to go on, I'm going to always have this secure job that I'm going to like and that's going to pay me well. So ideally what I would like to do is something like crafty, something with my hands. I don't know what that is yet. Still working on figuring that out. But yeah, ideally it will be something crafty, but nursing is one of those things that I do want to at least get my bachelor's, because I've been told quite a bit that I have like leadership qualities, and for most leadership roles you need to have your bachelor's. So I do plan on getting that, and with my LVN I'm actually going to finish with my associates for that, because I had enough classes for the associate's degree in LVN. And so I know one of my classmates actually didn't know, and they asked me what's the difference between getting the certificate and then getting an associate with your LVN, because it's like technically you're still not an RN. But the difference is some of the jobs that you can get. So like you can get some manager and leadership roles with an LVN, but a lot of times they want you to have your associates for that versus just a certificate. So that's the difference in that, and just in case y'all wanted to know that part. How was my experience with San Jack, and why did I pick San Jack? So first off, why did I pick San Jack? I'll start with that one first. It's because, number one, it's like 10 minutes from my house. So that is very, very convenient. Like, I could have went a lot of different places. I actually got accepted into some other nursing schools, but like one of them was like an hour away, and I was just like, hour or 10 minutes? Which one? You know, so I was just like, no, we're gonna do this 10 minutes. And then my first degree is from San Jack, so it was like the school was already familiar. So I just decided to go ahead and go. And I know some people who graduated from there. I have some friends and some family members that graduated from there with either their LVN or their RN license. Okay, so how was my experience with San Jack? It wasn't horrible. It wasn't horrible. I will say that the nursing program, from my cohort's experience, was very unorganized. It was just kind of all over the place. We were kind of figuring things out as we went, like all kind of crap. But overall, it wasn't bad. Would I go again? Yeah. Like if I had to do it all over again, I would still make my same decision. Now, I have heard that other nursing programs are quite still shaking, whatever. I did hear that other nursing programs are unorganized as well. What I kind of think maybe the reason is they're probably trying to prep you for your actual life as a nurse, because hospitals are going to be unorganized, and you're going to have things that come up when you're a nurse, and you're going to have to know how to handle it. So I think that might be why they do that. But then again, I don't know. They could just be tripping and just be unorganized. Am I going back to San Jack for my LVN to RN, LVN to BSN, etc.? So if you don't know, San Jacinto College, as well as a few other junior colleges, are getting BSN programs there. And I think for nursing, the BSN program is going to start in January, I think, but don't quote me on that. But I think it's going to start in January. Am I going there for my transition? Most likely no. I don't want to. Like at all. I don't. Although I say, yeah, I'd go back for my for my LVN, I probably would not go there for my LVN to be RN. Yeah, my RN. Well, I'm on got this. I'll be listening. I probably wouldn't go back there for my RN, to be honest. And that's because, like I said, it is quite unorganized, as well as you have to retake your sciences every 5 years. And 2 of my sciences has expired upon me graduating. So which means I would have to take those 2 again. That's like $400 per class. I don't want to spend $800 if I don't have to spend $800. So I know there are a few other universities, like I think Lee College is like every 7 years. College of the Mainland, it does not matter. I think Lone Star is either every 7 years or it doesn't matter. Like, so it's like other schools that I'm looking at, I don't have to retake my sciences. So why would I give them an extra, well, technically probably like an extra $1,000, because I would have to rebuy my books because I sold my books. Why give them an extra $1,000 if I don't have to, when I can just go somewhere else and do it? Plus, I have saw some online transition programs or hybrid transition programs where you can go into the school for your class and they will use your work experience as your clinicals. So that is going to be what I'm going to try to get. Like, that would be ideal for me. Let's see. What school am I going to go to for my transition? I don't know. I've been looking at University of Houston because I know they have a transition program there, and I believe they have a hybrid there, but I'm not sure of all the details yet. And then, like I said, College of the Mainland, they do have the one where you don't have to retake your sciences. So now they are an hour away from me. So if I have to drive that hour away, I just have to drive it. But I believe that for them it's only 2 days a week. But I don't have all the details yet, so I can't give you a whole lot of details on it. But University of Houston and College of the Mainland right now are my top two, and that's just because I know University of Houston have a hybrid, and then College of the Mainland, I don't have to retake my sciences. How am I studying for my NCLEX? So I did have a comment about UWorld, and I actually already have it. So UWorld is a NCLEX study like software. They have apps for your phone, or you can just log in on the computer. It is expensive. It's quite expensive. You have to pay basically by length of time that you want it. So what you can do is you and some of your classmates can go in on it and share the price. So what me and two of my other classmates did, we shared the load and we got it for 3 months. And I think it came out to like either $160 or $170 for the 3 months. And so with that, it gets
y'all or total?
That's total.
Oh.
Yeah, so it was $170 total. And then we just split that 3 ways.
Oh.
And with that, you get a test bank, and it's like over, I think, 3,000 questions. It said it's like a test bank over 3,000 questions, and then you actually get like a NCLEX quiz mode, and it's like a bunch of different stuff that you get. And pretty much everyone that I spoke to in previous cohorts, they said that with them using UWorld and UWorld alone, they passed the NCLEX in the first 85 questions, which is the goal. And the young lady who commented on my video, she said she used UWorld and she passed it within 100 questions. So that's all I'm asking for, because I can't sit there for no 5 hours, Jesus. I can't do it. I just quit. Like, I can't. But yeah, so I'm using UWorld, and I also have 2 different NCLEX books, but I'm going to mainly use UWorld. The NCLEX books that I have, they do help you with the content. So if it's something that I don't understand, I can go back to those NCLEX books to review the content to help me understand what I'm getting wrong, basically. When am I going to take the NCLEX? I plan on taking the NCLEX next month in September. I would like to take it at the latest mid-September. I do not want to wait, because I'm ready to get back to work, and like, I can't be idle too long, and then I don't want to start forgetting stuff. I want to kind of take it while everything is still fresh on my brain. So let's see, how many levels are in the LVN program? To my knowledge, in Texas, it's 3 levels. LVN is a 1-year program. Now, I do know that some other places, I've heard that they do it in 9 months. In Houston, to my knowledge, they don't. But it's 3 levels, period. And then, like I said, other places might be a different number. Let's see, what are the requirements for the LVN program? The requirements are actually changing. So I'm going to tell you what I know of for the requirements for San Jack, but it may be different at every school, and the requirements may actually change by the time you look into it or you apply. And I'm pretty sure I don't know all the requirements, but when I applied, you didn't have to have any prereqs, like anything. You could just apply pretty much straight out of high school. Now, however, you do have to take your sciences. So you do have to at least take A&P 1 and A&P 2. You also have to take your HESI, the entrance HESI. You have to have at least a 2.0 GPA. Your HESI, you have to score at least a 70% or 70 grade. But the higher you score, the better. The higher your GPA, the better. With your sciences, you always want to try to get either an A or a B on them. The higher your sciences are, the more points you get, because basically your application goes on a point system. So the higher your grades are, the more points that you get. I'm not sure if you have to take micro and all of that for the LVN program, but I was told that you do have to take at least AMP1 and AMP2 because they're trying to get away from you taking AMP in the program. So that is something to look at if you are looking to get into the program. Let's see. What was my hardest subject? So for this, it's two. Shut up. It's two answers to that. So the hardest one for me personally, like study-wise, I guess intellectually-wise, everything, was PD. PD kicked my tail. Like, I'm not even gonna front on it. I was stressed out about PD. I don't know a whole lot about kids. These kids got a whole bunch of disorders and issues. Like, I say all the time I don't need that kind of negativity in my life, and I'm so for real. Like, kids got too many problems. And then, like, some of the stuff is the same as adults, and then other stuff is different. And then, of course, their body surface area is different, so you can't do this, but you can do this, and this is more detrimental. And then you also have to know each age group has a different type of reaction, and it's just like, oh, why, Jesus? Whatever. And then the other one, just because of the school, was Jerry. Honestly, the information for Jerry was simple. It was easy. Like, the information for Jerry was common sense.
Geriatrics and pediatrics.
Shut up.
Just in case they might. I mean, you hear abbreviated stuff.
You want to make this video?
I mean, I might. I was there.
Lord. Geriatrics, since he
you.
wants to be all fancy fandangle. But yeah, so most of the stuff was really, in my opinion, common sense with Jerry. But if you watch my video from last semester, we had like 3 professors in a 3-week period. We had a whole bunch of drama with that class. Dang near the whole class was failing. Like, I went into my final with a 69. Like, I was so stressed out because, like, I've never went into a final. Like, I'm used to being able to go into a final and make a 30 and still pass. Like, that's what I'm used to. I'm not used to that. So I was so stressed out because of that. And then a lot of the faculty wasn't very much help with trying to get stuff resolved for that class. So it was just like, whatever. But pediatrics and geriatrics was the hardest too. Let's see. How do I study? So if you go back and you watch my videos, I pretty much show you how I study, but I use my iPad and the computer a lot. Now, the first semester, I started out handwriting everything. But when you're in 6 classes, that takes entirely too much time to handwrite everything for 6 classes. You just can't do it. Well, you can, but you're not going to have any time to study or do anything else. So what I started doing is, if your professor is kind enough to give you an outline or a PowerPoint, put that PowerPoint in outline form. If you look over and in the PowerPoint, if you click on view, if you look over to your left, it will show you the different ways you can view it, and you can just click outline, copy and paste that to a Word document, set it up however you want to. That way, when you go to class or when you're reading your book, anything that you think is important, you can go ahead and add that to your outline. Or if it's anything that she keeps stressing on in class, he or she, I'm sorry, if they keep stressing on something in class, you can highlight it, bold it, put it in red, whatever you need to do. That way, a few days before test, all you have to do, you don't have to keep going back to your book. You have these pieces of paper that you can just look at those outlines, and that's it. And a lot of times, if your teacher gives you outlines, now I have had a few times where I've been able to just study my outline and not read the book at all, and was able to ace the test. Like, I had one class, I got an A in that class, and I dang near never read the book. I just used her outlines. But all classes ain't gonna be like that, so don't do that just because I said do it. Like, feel your teacher out and feel how she tests first, and then figure out what's the best way to do it. But yeah, so I would have my my iPad in class with me, and if you look at like my school supply videos, I show you that I have this keyboard. It's a Bluetooth keyboard, and I put that on my iPad, and while we're going through stuff in class, I'm typing and adding stuff to it. So that way, everything is prepared before I get into class. I can add stuff in. By the time I leave out of class, I have an outline for my content. And if I want to go back and read and highlight and add stuff that I think might be important, I can do that. Another thing too, it's not always going to be on there, but anytime you see some red text, safety text, a nursing tip box, or those little figure boxes and stuff, read those. Every teacher that I've had has tested heavily from those safety boxes and all that type of stuff. Like heavy content comes out of those boxes. Don't skip over those. Even if that stuff is not in your outline, read them anyway, because you're going to get some questions from them. Literally every test that I've had, we've had at least 5 questions alone that came from those either nurse tip boxes or safety boxes. Because of course in nursing, safety is number one. Safety. You're going to hit it a lot in nursing school. How are my grades? So for level 1, I made the dean's list. I think I got 3 A's and 2 B's, or 4 A's and a B, something like that. But I made the dean's list. I don't remember. For level 2, how many classes did I have? I know I think I got like 3 A's, 2 B's, and a C, I believe. And that C kept me off the dean's list last semester. And then this semester, I got 3 A's, 2 B's, and a C again. So most likely that's going to keep me off the dean's list again, which sucks. But I have to wait until my final GPA and stuff goes in, because last time when I checked my GPA, I was 0.2 under the dean's list requirement. So we'll see. But I did pretty good this whole semester.
You told them about your Spirit Award?
Can I do this? Can I do this?
Just making sure the Spirit Award.
Dang, see, this is why I can't record with him around. So for the 2 C's that I got, level 2 was geriatrics, level 3 was PD. Yeah, whatever. Let's see. How did I pay for school? With a whole lot of Jesus. No, but I got a student loan, so I did do
skydiving.
Ooh, fun. I did do a student loan through Sally Mae. Lord Jesus. As well as I had help from my mom and from this dude.
I be doing things sometimes.
Yeah, so, and then for the last semester, I was lucky enough to get awarded the grant through the Workforce Solutions. So they paid for my entire 3rd semester. So I technically only had to pay for level 1 and level 2. Yeah, so basically loans, credit cards, and help from Sean and my mom. Let's see. How much was the program? Okay, so I can't give you an exact dollar amount, Jesus. But for each semester, prepare for your tuition to be around $1,200. So what's that, like $3,600 just for tuition? For the first level, I didn't really think about going to Amazon to get my books, but for the first level, I spent $815 on books and the HESI code. So now look on Amazon first, because I think I told y'all that was level 2. Level 2, I got HIP, and it was going to be, I think, $600 for my books if I had bought them through the school. I went on Amazon, and I think it came out to $103 for all of my books. And now that I think about it, I end up having to buy 2 other books, which I think that came out to like $120 level 1. So basically $1,000 on books. Level 1. Level 2, I think was $105. Level 3, I think I spent like $80 on books. But then, like I said, the work source refunded me my money back because I bought them and I didn't know that I was going to get approved for the program, and then they ended up approving me. So thank you, Lord. So I didn't have to pay for my books for that. And for level 3, you're also going to have to do your jurisprudence exam, and you have to do that before you can apply for licensure. Your jurisprudence is $100, and then you do have to pay for your NCLEX, which is $200. So for level 3, prepare for $300 to be spent. We also had to do this what's it called? Swift River thing. I think I told y'all about that. Swift River. So that was around $50 per semester. For uniforms, you can get like the uniform package because we had to get ours from a particular place.
This road sucks.
It does. I ended up spending, I think it was like $253 total, but that's because I got 4 pair of pants, I think 4 maroon tops, 2 white tops or clinical tops, a white jacket, and a maroon jacket. So I didn't want to have to wash every day, so I got enough stuff to last me throughout the week, basically. But you don't have to do that. If you want to just get your 1 or 2 uniforms and just wash them to death, by all means, don't matter. I am going to donate my uniforms back to the school, so if there are some people come in, they can't afford it, hopefully they'll be able to use the stuff. But that's all the questions that I have. If you guys have any more questions, I'll try to answer them in another video. But like I said, more videos are to come. It probably won't be school related. What? No.
We going to Galveston.
It won't be school related right now, but I am going to record a little bit about me studying for the NCLEX to kind of show you a little bit of the U world and a little bit of what I got going on with NCLEX. And then I will come back to tell you how I did on the NCLEX. I do have more waiting vlogs coming. And then like this guy just said, we're on our way to Galveston right now for like a little day trip or whatever, and I'll try to record that so you guys can see that. But like when we do different stuff, I'll try to record it. And then I am going to start back posting like my workout stuff and all kind of crap, so y'all go get some more stuff, okay? Y'all want some stuff. But thank you for watching. Like I said, any questions, leave them below, and I'll see you next time.